Hi, my name is Kaileen Chang. I play Carmie Henley on I Woke Up a Vampire, and this is Young Entertainment Mag.
Hey, I'm Daniela with Young Entertainment Mag. It is so nice to have you today. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Let's dive in. What was the audition process like for getting this role?
My audition process was actually very unique. I've never experienced anything like it before. So basically everybody gets an audition and I did the audition. I was actually really late to my audition. And I was rushing there with my mom and I was like, "Oh, mom, I have to do this. I have to do this." So I do my audition with my manager, send it in. I didn't hear anything for like maybe like 2, 3 weeks. So I'm like, okay, like there's always next time. And then my manager goes, "Wait, they want you for a callback." And usually a callback, I like was they were debating if I want to go in person or if they wanted me to send another recording, but they just never said anything. It was just like, so then I waited a couple weeks and my manager goes, "Hey, can you sign these papers?" And I'm like, "What?" So I'm like, "What am I signing for?" And then I'm like, "Okay." Like, she's like, "I already read it." Like, my mom had already read it too. So it was all a secret for me. And so I'm like, "Okay." So I signed the paper and I get a Zoom, like, invited to a Zoom call. And I'm at school and I'm in like a little hidden room and I am on Zoom with my mom. And my manager completely surprised me when I got the role because she had tricked me thinking I got was like on an audition for something else. And then I see Tommy Lynch on the thing. I'm like, "What?" And then obviously I started crying because, it's crazy.
Okay, wow, that's like the most amazing story. How cool is that? What a memorable way to book this role. That is so exciting. So it sounds like you didn't even actually like technically have a callback, like, right? You just went straight from the audition like to being booked. Do I understand that correctly?
Yeah, I did my audition and apparently my callback, they just watched the same tape over again. Which never had experience before. I usually go in and do another thing, but yeah, I just waited like weeks and then it just came.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is amazing. Congrats. That is so exciting. And I'm sure speaks to like your talent a lot to just be booked like that. That's so incredible. So, who is Carmi and how does she fit into the overall story?
Carmie is obviously the main character, and Carmie is just kind of like the bond. She kind of glues all the characters, the story together, and she just really brings everything as one and like to life.
That's cool. That's amazing. So, what is your favorite thing about Carmi?
My favorite thing about Carmi is that she isn't like your typical main character.
Okay.
She's kind of just like a character that's there to help you like relate and to just you can just like really vibe with her. I mean, Carmi is so relatable and she's just such a klutz and a kid and she's a really great character for kids to watch.
That is so fun. So, do you feel like you as a person, do you relate to Carmi a lot, like in that way, just like keeping it real, being like the honest, vulnerable friend? Is that you in real life?
Yeah, I think that a lot of aspects from Carmi when we were making her as a character do come from real life experiences and a lot of real emotion. And I 100% relate with like half the things that she's been through, except for being a vampire.
You're like, that one I haven't done yet. That is so fun. That must be like such an exciting kind of character to play because it sounds like it's very similar to like who you are, has your same core values. So it must feel like very natural and effortless, which is always like that always makes a great fit. So what has been your favorite scene to shoot and why?
My favorite scene to shoot, I don't know. We had a lot of fun times. Like,
Yeah.
I think that my favorite scene to shoot definitely has to be the first one when me and my co-star Nico, our first scene ever, it was just so fun and so memorable because the way we just like clicked immediately, like just made it so much fun. And it was just like I was obviously nervous on my first day, but it's just like it was such a fun scene and to be with him. So I think that was my favorite.
That is so cool. Okay, so Speaking of like first day of filming and all the jitters and all the things, I'm sure you've heard of what it's a GRWM, a get ready with me. I'm assuming you've heard of those on like social media. So, what is your GRWM, your get ready with me, like every morning, like going to set?
Going to set was definitely something like it was crazy because I never waken up that early. But I would usually wake up and I would ice my face every morning, and then I would do my skincare and then brush my teeth and put on my pajamas because I loved going to set in my pajamas. And I had my everything was ready in my tote bag from the day before, and I would grab a snack and I would just head out.
That's so fun. Okay, can you give us like your favorite skincare product, your like number one go to, always have to use?
My number one skincare product has to be my Inky List moisturizer.
Ooh,
I love moisturizer so much. Like, I have the driest skin.
same. Okay, wait, Inky List?
Think that's what it's called. Yeah, it's called the Inky List, and I got it
Okay.
from Sephora.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that one up. I love it. So, speaking of getting ready with me's, how much time like went into your hair and makeup every day on set? Were you in the trailer for hours or like what was that process like?
So I would go there. My clothes would already be like in a little closet. So I would get dressed and then I would go to hair and makeup, which is the best place to be in the morning. I love everybody there. It was just like, it was the best wake up call. And I would always get my hair done first because my hair was like the most elaborate part of every outfit. They
Really?
made sure it was crazy fun, cool. So I would get my hair done. It would take a while because I had like extensions and like all of that kind of stuff. And then I would do my makeup, and it took, personally, I think for my character, her like getting ready wasn't a lot because she wanted to be such like a young like girl who like
Okay.
doesn't need a lot of makeup and like hair like
Yeah.
that. But the extensions and the hair did take a while.
That's so fun. Okay, and speaking of, you said it was like you had to get up super early. What time, like what was call time every day? And did you get Starbucks on the way? Like how did you get through it?
I definitely had early call times most of the days. Starting like I would have to leave the house around like 5, 6.
Okay.
Definitely no Starbucks, like no time for that. But I would always, I'd get there and I'd see Nico and we'd meet up and go raid the crafts truck for all of their bacon. But yeah.
I love it. Okay, and that's another question later, but we're gonna skip straight to it. So like what was your favorite snack at Crafty?
They used to make this, oh my God, everybody knows. They used to make these cookies and they were chocolate caramel cookies. And you're only allowed to have one because there weren't ever enough. But I would sneak two and then sometimes I would eat three. But those were the best.
Oh my gosh, that sounds amazing. Did you get the recipes so that you can make them at home?
No, because all their recipes were super secret.
No way. Oh my gosh. Okay, next time you're like, I'm gonna get it out of them. I'm gonna figure it out. So, what was the most challenging part of playing Carmi and how did you overcome it?
I think the most challenging part is when she sort of started to like grow up and move forward. I was still really, well, I am young, but I'm not like the age she is in the second half of the show. So it was just a little bit of a learning part for me and the character because I am starting to experience new things that I never done either.
Yeah.
And so it was just really hard to kind of like get comfortable and adjust to it because we were both learning at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really cool. And I'm sure it was like the most amazing challenge for your acting chops too. What was one thing that another actor or producer or someone shared with you on set that really impacted you that you're like, okay, I'm going to take this with me. I'm going to apply it to my acting or just apply it to life as an actress? Like, what was that one piece of advice that somebody gave you that really impacted you?
I think that when I was filming a lot of my scenes, one of the directors, Warren, he really helped me because we created this little thing for my character and it was that she was topsy-turvy and that she was just like, she wasn't, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like this like thing we made up. And we always say if something was getting like really intense or I was just not feeling it, we would just say, remember, topsy-turvy, and then everything just clicked.
That's so cool. It's like a little code word. I love that. What is one thing that you learned about yourself as an actress while playing Carmie that you're like, oh, wait, I didn't realize like I could do that? Or, oh my gosh, I'm reaching like a new emotional height right now with my acting. What was that one thing that just surprised you about yourself while playing Carmie?
I think something that surprised me a lot was that I could really reach feelings and other people through acting, and that like with especially with scenes with other people that were very vulnerable, I feel like I was so surprised that I could just really get to that space and
Yeah.
like put myself like in those shoes and like really show.
Yeah. Acting is like such a craft. It's so unique and it takes so much. And it is such a victorious feeling like when you reach those moments and you're like, oh my gosh, I can do this. I did do it. That is so exciting. Did you have anything that you did, like a routine or anything to help you get into character? Like we have a lot of actors that we interview say like they listen to a playlist that they curated that they feel like their character will listen to. Did you have any like little go-to trick that you went to get into character every day?
Yeah, so when I would be like in the hair and makeup trailer, stuff like that, I would listen to music. It depends on the vibe of like the scene.
Yeah.
Uh, if I was shooting with like a bunch of other people, like in a big group scene, we would all do this little thing. We do like little like hand movements and like shake around and just like really get like excited and create like a vibe. If it was something more like by myself, where it was more serious or more intense, I would just be completely silent. Like when we'd cut, I would just sit down and I would just be completely silent and I would just be really quiet and silent the whole time we are shooting that. Just so I could really like capture those feelings and really just
Yeah.
like embody.
So if you were to have any guest star show up on set for I Woke Up a Vampire, who would it be and what role would they play?
This sounds crazy, but I would hope that Zendaya would come and be like Madison's like long lost sister or something because we do mention Zendaya in one of the first episodes, so who
Ooh.
knows?
Okay, fingers crossed, putting it out there that we're going to be able to stitch this with her showing up on set. I love that. Okay, are you familiar with rapid fire?
I want
That's
to say
okay if
yes,
you're
but
not. I know sometimes that's how I am too. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you a question and then it's just like first thing that comes to your mind. Yeah, just to keep it like fun and light. So, what would Carmie's go-to Starbucks order be if she had one?
I think it'd be a frappuccino.
Ooh, yes. And what about yours in real life?
Mine's definitely iced matcha latte.
Ooh, yes. Okay, also side note, they came out with a new Starbucks drink. It's the white chocolate macadamia nut cold brew. It's so good. I don't know if you've had it, but it's amazing. I've had one every day since they launched. Okay. Um, I already asked you a favorite onset snack from Crafty. So what would be Carmie's go-to snack?
I feel like her go-to snack would definitely be a bag of chips.
Love it. What would be three emojis that you would choose that would best describe your character, Carmie?
The little cat emoji that goes like this, and the heart eyes emoji, and the confused emoji. The one that has like one eyebrow raising up.
Cute. I love it. Okay. And we asked you earlier what your GRWM get ready with me routine was before filming, but what is Carmie's get ready with me routine like as a character day in her life?
Carmie is definitely a on the go, last minute type of girl. Definitely just wakes up, doesn't even do her hair until she gets to school. Throws on whatever she finds and calls it a day.
I love it. I feel like I can relate to that so much. Getting ready like in the bathroom at school. That's how we do it. Who's your favorite vampire of all time?
Favorite vampire of all time. Oh my god, that's crazy because It's gonna sound goofy, but I think Mavis from Hotel Transylvania.
That is so cute.
Really hit home.
I love it. Okay, and last question. If you could be in any show of all time, what would it be?
If I could be in any show of all time, I definitely want to be in Outer Banks. We all love that show.
Okay, wait, I can see it. You would be so cute. That would be perfect. Amazing. Okay. Well, thank you so much. That was a great interview. You did wonderfully. And we're going to, of course, post this on our site, but then all over TikTok and Instagram and all the socials as well. And we will be sure to tag you. But thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe to Young Entertainment Mag.